Red Dead Redemption stands as a pinnacle in the world of gaming, not just for Rockstar Studios but for the entire gaming industry. Released in 2010, it quickly became a landmark title, renowned for its captivating narrative, immersive open world, and memorable characters. This video is a deep dive into why Red Dead Redemption is not only one of Rockstar's finest works, but also an unforgettable story in gaming history. Rockstar's masterful storytelling begins with the game's settings, a sprawling, beautifully crafted depiction of the American Wild West during the early 20th century. The game's attention to historical detail, from the landscapes to the dialogue and cultural nuances, immerses players in a rich, believable world that feels alive and dynamic. One of the game's most compelling aspects is its exploration of morality and the consequences of one's actions. Players are faced with moral dilemmas throughout the game, from deciding whether to help strangers in need, to choosing between loyalty and betrayal. These choices not only shape the narrative but also impact gameplay, influencing how NPCs interact with Marston, and ultimately leading to different outcomes. Red Dead Redemption sets a new standard for open-world gameplay, offering players a vast, dynamic environment to explore at their own pace. From hunting wildlife and engaging in side activities like poker and horse racing, to embarking on epic gunfights and uncovering hidden secrets, the game provides endless opportunities for player agency and immersion. The world feels alive, with random events and encounters adding to the sense of realism and unpredictability. Rockstar's signature attention to detail extends to the game's presentation, with cinematic cutscenes, expressive animations, and a sweeping musical score, enhancing the storytelling experience. The game's narrative is delivered with the gravitas of a Hollywood Western, complete with memorable dialogue and poignant moments that resonate long after the game is finished. At the heart of Red Dead Redemption is its protagonist, John Marston, whose journey from a troubled past to a quest for redemption forms the core of the narrative. Marston's character is a departure from typical video game heroes, imbuing Marston with moral ambiguity, inner conflict, and a sense of vulnerability that makes him relatable and compelling. As players guide Marston through his trials and tribulations, they witness his evolution as a character, grappling with themes of loyalty, honor, and harsh realities of life in the Wild West. The game's narrative depth is further enriched by its supporting cast, each with their own motivations, backstories, and moral dilemmas. Unforgettable characters like Dutch Van der Linde, Bill Williamson, and Bonnie McFarlane all bring a sense of realism and depth to the story, with their interactions with Marston shaping the course of his journey and adding layers of complexity to the overarching narrative. The relationships forged and fractured throughout the game resonate with players on an emotional level, making each encounter meaningful and memorable. Red Dead Redemption challenges players with moral choices that have tangible consequences, both in terms of narrative branching and gameplay outcomes. The game's morality system, where decisions impact Marston's reputation and relationships with NPCs, adds a layer of depth to player agency and immersion, whether choosing to uphold a code of honor or succumbing to the temptations of the outlaw life. Every decision carries weight, shaping the story's direction and leading to an unforgettable ending that in some aspects reflects the player's choices. One of the game's defining features is its open-world design, offering players unprecedented freedom to explore, interact, and immerse themselves in the Wild West. From hunting wildlife to horseback riding, the world of Red Dead Redemption feels alive with possibilities, random encounters, dynamic weather systems, and a day-night cycle, further enhancing the sense of realism, making every journey through the frontier a unique and unforgettable experience. Rockstar's commitment to cinematic presentation shines through in Red Dead Redemption, with stunning visuals, expressive animations, and a hauntingly beautiful musical score that elevates the storytelling to new heights. The game's narrative unfolds like an epic western film, with memorable dialogue, dramatic set pieces, and emotionally resonant moments that leave a lasting impact on players. Whether witnessing a tense standoff or sharing quiet moments around a campfire, every scene is crafted with care and attention to detail, creating a cohesive and immersive narrative experience. Red Dead Redemption not only achieved critical acclaim and commercial success, but also influenced the gaming industry as a whole. Its innovative gameplay mechanics, narrative depth, and world-building techniques have become benchmarks for open-world games, inspiring developers to push the boundaries of storytelling and player immersion. The game's legacy is further solidified by its sequel, Red Dead Redemption 2, which builds upon the foundation laid by its predecessor, expanding upon the narrative scope and technical achievements to create another groundbreaking experience. One of the game's standout features is its evocative soundtrack composed by Bill Elm and Woody Jackson, which captures the spirit of the Wild West with haunting melodies and atmospheric tunes. Notably, Jose Gonzalez's soulful song Far Away serves as a poignant backdrop when players first enter Mexico, creating a moment of introspection and melancholy as Marston navigates the complexities of his journey, with the music not just complementing the gameplay, it also elevates the emotional stakes, immersing players in the game's world like never before. What makes Red Dead Redemption truly special is how these elements, memorable characters, a compelling protagonist, and a captivating soundtrack converge to create a cohesive and immersive experience. The player's interactions with the cast of characters, from tense showdowns to heartfelt conversations, deepen the emotional investment in Marston's story and the world around him. Every beat of the narrative, accompanied by the evocative music, draws players further into the Wild West's rugged beauty and harsh realities. Years after its release, Red Dead Redemption remains a touchstone for narrative-driven gaming, inspiring countless games to explore themes of redemption, morality, and personal growth. Its legacy is not just in its technical achievements or critical acclaim, but in the lasting impact it had on me and multiple other players around the world who continue to revisit Marston's story. Uncovering new layers of meaning with each playthrough, the game's seamless integration of storytelling, character development, and musical ambience all coming together to set a new standard that few games have matched, solidifying its place as one of the most memorable stories in gaming history. Red Dead Redemption 2 stands as a monumental achievement in gaming, not only building upon the foundation laid by its predecessor, but also by pushing the boundaries of interactive storytelling and open-world immersion. Released in 2018, this prequel to the original game captivated players with its richly detailed world, complex characters, and groundbreaking gameplay mechanics. Red Dead Redemption 2 improved upon everything that made the first game beloved, setting a new standard for narrative depth, character development, and player agency. Red Dead Redemption 2 transports players to a meticulously crafted rendition of the American Wild West at the turn of the 20th century, showcasing Rockstar's dedication to world building and immersion. The game's open-world environment is larger and more dynamic than its predecessor, teeming with wildlife, bustling towns, and intricate ecosystems that respond to player actions and the passage of time. From the snowy peaks of the Grizzlies to the swamps of the Lemoyne, every region feels distinct and alive, inviting exploration and discovery at every turn. At the heart of Red Dead Redemption is Arthur Morgan, a member of the Vanderlyn gang and a complex, morally nuanced character within his own right. Unlike John Marston's journey of redemption, Arthur's arc is one of self-discovery, loyalty, and ultimately, acceptance. Players guide Arthur through a tumultuous period in the gang's history, grappling with themes of family, honor, and the harsh realities of life on the frontier. The depth of Arthur's character development, from his relationships with fellow gang members to his introspective moments in the wilderness, elevates the game's narrative to new heights. Red Dead Redemption 2 expands upon the original game's ensemble cast, introducing players to a diverse and memorable group of characters within the Vanderlyn gang. From the charismatic leader Dutch Vanderlyn to the sharpshooting Sadie Adler and the philosophical Hosea Matthews, each character brings their own strengths, flaws, and personal struggles to the forefront. The dynamics within the gang, marked by loyalty, betrayal, and shifting allegiances, mirror the complexities of the Wild West era and adds layers of depth to the narrative. One of the game's most significant improvements is its focus on immersive interactions and realistic mechanics. Players can engage in a wide range of activities, from hunting and fishing to managing camp resources and forging relationships with NPCs. The game's attention to detail, from the way Arthur interacts with the environment to the nuanced animations and dynamic weather systems, creates a sense of immersion rarely seen in gaming. Every action feels deliberate and impactful, shaping Arthur's journey and the world around him. Red Dead Redemption 2 delivers a cinematic experience that rivals Hollywood productions, with stunning visuals, expressive character animations, and a sweeping musical score that enhances the storytelling. The game's narrative unfolds across chapters, each meticulously crafted to build tension, develop characters, and explore thematic depth. Moments of quiet introspection, intense action sequences, and emotional reckonings are seamlessly woven together, creating a cohesive and memorable narrative experience. Red Dead Redemption 2 not only improves upon everything that made the first game beloved, but also introduces a narrative and character arc that is nothing short of masterful. At the heart of the game is Arthur Morgan, whose journey of self-discovery, loyalty, and ultimately acceptance, along with the exceptional voice acting performance of Roger Clark and the poignant scene of Arthur riding alone to That's the Way It Is by Daniel Lanois, combined to create one of the most unforgettable and perfect character arcs in gaming history. Arthur Morgan's character arc is a tour de force in storytelling, showcasing the complexities of a man torn between loyalty to his family and the harsh realities of his world. As players guide Arthur through the tumultuous events of the Vanderlyn gang's downfall, they witness his transformation from a loyal enforcer to a man questioning his own beliefs and forging his own path. The game's narrative structure, divided into chapters that mirror Arthur's emotional journey, allow for deeper exploration of his character and motivations. Central to Arthur Morgan's impact as a character is the exceptional and unforgettable voice acting performance by Roger Clark. Clark's portrayal imbues Arthur with a sense of nuance, depth, and emotional resonance, capturing the character's inner turmoil, with moments of introspection and fierce loyalty, adding together with authenticity and gravitas. From poignant moments and monologues to intense confrontations, Clark's delivery elevates the storytelling, making Arthur's arc feel genuine and relatable to players.
What's wrong?
I'm dying, sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I got TB. I got it. Beating a man to death for a few bucks. I've lived a bad life, sister.
We've all lived bad lives, Mr. Morgan. We all sin. But I know you.
You don't know me.
Forgive me, but that's the problem. You don't know you.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but whenever we happen to meet, you're always helping people and smiling.
I had a son. He passed away. I had a girl who loved me. I threw that away. My mama died when I was a kid. And my daddy, well, I watched him die. And it weren't soon enough.
My husband died a long time ago. Life is full of pain. But there is also love and beauty.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
Sure.
Perhaps you could help somebody. Helping makes you really happy.
But I still don't believe in nothing.
Often, neither do I.
Huh?
But then I meet someone like you, and everything makes sense.
You're too smart for me, sister. I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
All aboard! I shall try.
I know you will. Goodbye, goodbye, Mr. Morgan. Goodbye.
Sister?
One of, and I would argue, the most memorable moment in Red Dead Redemption 2 is the scene where Arthur rides alone, reflecting on his journey and the choices that have led him to that point. While That's the Way It Is by Daniel Lanois plays in the background, the combination of Lanois' haunting song, Clark's poignant voice acting, and the visual imageries of Arthur's solitary ride creates a moment of emotional resonance and introspection that is a culmination of Arthur's arc, showcasing his acceptance of his fate and the legacy he leaves behind. What makes Arthur Morgan's character arc truly remarkable and completely unforgettable is how it's integrated with the narrative, gameplay, and audio-visual elements seamlessly. Players not only witness Arthur's growth and transformation, but also actively participate in shaping his decisions and interactions. Adding agency and personal investment to the story, the game's attention to detail from Arthur's journal entries to his conversations with fellow gang members deepens the immersion and emotional impact of his journey. Years after its release, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Arthur Morgan's character arc continue to resonate with players, sparking discussions about loyalty, redemption, and the human experience. The game's legacy is a testament to Rockstar's commitment to storytelling excellence and pushing the boundaries of interactive narratives. Arthur Morgan's legacy as a character lives on in the heart of players who have experienced his journey, cementing his place as one of the most unforgettable and perfectly crafted characters in gaming history.